Hi everyone, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction, watch the third episode of Little Witch Academia.
If you want to check out our reaction to the third episode of Little Witch Academia, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section, because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching. So, on this episode of Little Witch Academia,
This week we get violently reminded that this is a trigger work.
But we go to flying class.
indeed. Yeah, we get, this episode's all about flying on brooms.
Yes.
So we get flying class, we get a broom relay,
Because the PTA didn't approve of Quidditch.
apparently. So Akko cannot fly on a broom. Just like everything else having to do with magic, she struggles very, very greatly at it.
I'm beginning to notice a theme here.
Yeah.
Being established.
Well, I do want to point out in this episode she did use magic though when she fired herself out of the cannon.
Oh,
Because
that's true.
she actually
She lit the fuse with her wand.
Yeah, she actually jumped. She got the cannon running up to speed, aimed it, jumped into the cannon, and then lit the fuse with her wand.
With it perfectly aimed for her to intercept a very fast broom, which is fast enough to fly around the world in the middle of a relatively short race. Well, and still catch up to the leader. Yeah. Trigger.
Trigger. So, yeah, most of the episode was about Akko trying to learn how to fly a broom.
Oh
Overly
my God.
enthusiastically, obviously.
Of course. She is the determinator.
And failing at it. And then-
At the same time, we had, what was it, Latte. We got introduced to a magical tool shop and cafe.
Yep.
Where Latte had taken her broom for repairs.
Because if you remember in episode 1, it got broken in half.
Yeah.
Yep. And in that little shop,
You find Chumley from Pawn Stars.
who looks like he really needs some sleep, and
Much like the real person, actually.
a magical broomstick. That's actually like a legendary magical broomstick that is imbued with its own magic.
So it doesn't have to draw magic from the Sorcerer's Stone like everything else does.
Yeah, which is apparently the only way you can cast magic on the Luna Nova campus.
Well, it's the only reason why they're able to perform magic there is because it has a Sorcerer's Stone that provides magic to the area. Which is why their magic is significantly weakened outside of school,
Ho ho.
according to Latte.
And this is all information that we're given in this episode.
Indeed.
So yeah, very nice world building weaved into the exposition.
Yep. And so Akko sees this broom that's fighting to get out of its restraints and naturally goes, "Oh, please let me borrow it."
I want the powerful, dangerous magical artifact. They're drawn to me.
Yeah, right. Chumley does not give in. And so Akko does not get the broom.
However, in the background, there's a character named Amanda who has overheard this legendary broom.
And she's a bit of a delinquent character anyway.
Yep.
So naturally, she steals it.
Yep. Let's see. Meanwhile, we have Susie trying to get Akko to learn how to fly a broom in the most ridiculous ways possible.
Actually, not just Susie, but the two Mean Girls and Ursula Sensei also, how they chip in during Akko's learning process. It's one of the highlights of the episode, I think.
Yep. One of them gave her training wheels. One of them gave her a elementary school book.
My first bloom.
I thought that Akko would be way more offended by that.
I know it felt like a worse diss than the training wheels spell. But that was funny.
And Susie did everything under the sun.
Let's see. There was bungee jumping.
Strapped to her rope. Or strapped to her broom.
Yeah, bungee jumping while strapped to her broom. There was being fired out of a cannon.
Yeah, as well this week get introduced to the cannon.
There was being pulled behind Susie.
Dragged, really.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for her knees.
But nothing works. Oh yeah, I should also mention that Susie was so adamant on trying to get Akko to learn how to fly because Akko had signed them up for the broom relay, and one of the prizes was a prize from the teacher that does the potions.
Potions class.
Yeah.
It goes like Ludwig.
So yeah, naturally that gets Susie motivated, and that can only end well.
Yes. So then the day of the broom relay arrives.
You can tell by the copious trumpets in the background.
Indeed. And so, starting out, nobody's able to start out except for Latte, because Susie dribbled a potion on the end of their brooms.
Basically, Miracle Grow.
To make the brooms meld with the wooden support structure
platform
that they were standing on. So Latte is the only one who's able to take off.
I'm surprised they didn't disqualify everybody.
Right. Until we get, I believe it is Constance Brunch. I'm looking at the character sheet right now.
Brunchbank.
Constance Brunchbank Albrechtsberger.
Burger.
Constance.
Yeah.
Or the supersonic nerd.
The supersonic nerd.
I love the nicknames.
Basically, she's an engineer, and she modified her own broom.
Gave it propellers.
Pretty much, yeah.
VTech kicked in, yo.
And she ended up passing Latte, even though she took off way later than Latte. And so she's able to hand it off to her teammate. Oh, by the way, she's also teammates with Amanda. But she's able to pass off to her teammate, Jasminka Tonenko. The flying fat ass.
He's not actually that fat.
She's drawn really pudgy, which is usually all that you get in anime. So
fair enough. But she is rather gluttonous.
Yep.
Well, she takes off. She rides side saddle, and she's eating potato chips. And then she gets distracted by Susie, who is the second leg of Akko's team. She gets distracted by Susie putting out donuts, leading her away from the course.
So cartoony.
Yeah.
As I mentioned in the reaction, it's like straight out of the Wacky Races.
Pretty much. So then Susie is able to hand off their baton to Akko. And Akko uses a potion to turn her broom's end into like a frog leg thing.
And hops to it.
Yeah. She starts hopping towards the finish line. So technically she's riding her broom.
Technically.
However, right after she takes off, we see Amanda go and grab the magical legendary broom that she stole.
Fireball 2000.
And it breaks out and takes off without her. And then it goes and takes out Akko. And then Akko has an epic fight with the broom.
Epic fight.
In which the broom basically carts her around the world. Let's see, it shows her taking down a Yeti.
Flying around a submarine.
Flying past a jumbo jet. Going through someone's living room.
And then finally, it kicks her off back over the course, and she gets saved by Diana. And Diana is basically says, "Oh, this is payback for my debt that I had to you, and you're pretty beat up, so you should just forfeit and call the rescuers over." Nako says,
No.
"Fuck that."
I'm Mako.
Cannon!
Yeah.
Run, get the cannon.
Runs, gets the cannon, aims it while it's moving, jumps in while it's still moving, fires herself out of it while it's still moving, and lands perfectly on top of the legendary broom.
Nailed
with
it.
a 10-point plant. Like,
Right.
epic plant.
Perfect shot.
And then uses the chain that the broom has to wrap around herself, and she re-enters the competition. And then we get an awesome neck by neck.
Well, it's a three-way race until Amanda is disqualified because instead of
Amanda wasn't even really close to them at first anyway. But
I did have to mention now how she got disqualified because that was funny. Instead of getting the relay ring, she gets a donut from the flying fat ass.
I gotta say that's unrealistic. If she was really a fat person, she wouldn't have accidentally handed off the donut.
Fair enough.
But so it's a two-way race between Diana and Akko, and right before the finish line, all the restraints on the legendary broom break, and Akko flies off the broom, and you get a slow-mo where she sees the wings that are part of the end of the broom spread, and then the next shot we see the victory picture with
Diana and her team.
Yep, Diana and the two bitches.
And Professor Ursula walking up to Diana with that was actually quite an amazing race. Who knew that Akko could actually fly?
Who would have guessed that Akko would have finished runner-up?
It's like she's a main character or something.
Oh yeah, that was a wacky episode.
Classic Trigger.
Classic.
It's good to have him back, honestly. Because like I mentioned before in the first and second episodes, it didn't quite feel like a Trigger anime. This one, oh my god.
You know, it kind of reminded me of in Kill la Kill where you get the oh god, what was that? You remember the episode where they had to the absolutely don't be late day?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
So what was that
Because
episode?
it was like episode 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah. Very.
But like the first two episodes, it was weird, but it was kind of structured. And then that episode was just off the rails wacky. And that's what this reminded me of.
Okay.
So
I'm looking forward to the slow uphill battle into the Trigger universe.
Also, another comparison between that episode of Kill la Kill and this one. It ends with a badass long shot that's perfectly placed.
seeing a lot of similarities here, actually.
Okay.
So
we're gonna get fights with an elite student council or something?
that would be funny.
That would be funny.
Anyway, so let us know what you thought of anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's gonna do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo. See you next time.
And go ahead and click on my face to go to our most recent Otaku Saga talks.
Click on my face to go to Otaku Saga Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the waifu to subscribe to Otaku Saga. And if you'd like to help support us on Patreon, you can click on that over there.